What up, guys? It's your boy, Just King ZA. Welcome back to the podcast, the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, today we're going to be talking about Chidimma, what's her name? Chidimma, Vanessa, Adetshina, or something like that. Yeah, I think I got it right. The Miss SA finalist, who is very controversial right now in South Africa. So before we get into it, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel so that you can get more and more of my videos when I post, instead of getting one at a time here and there. I post a lot of videos, but some of them don't reach you guys. So if you subscribe, then you can the likelihood of you getting more of my content as I post, or getting it sooner, the accessibility of my content can increase. The likelihood of you coming across my content can be more, and we can grow this community, and eventually we can start having guests as well, because I'm in communication with a lot of people. Some of them, them, famous podcast people and all that, who do a lot of political entertainment stuff. Yeah, I can have them on the podcast, and we can just have a very dope platform, full of value and information for you guys, of course. Do you understand? So let's get straight into it, man. Yeah, subscribe, guys. It's very important. You think like it's just a click, it's just a small click, but it does a lot, for us to continue doing content, and to invest more in our content, and just do longer things, do 1 hour things, just put in so much information for the people. So anyways, let's get straight into it, man. Vanessa Chidimma is a girl born of a Nigerian father and a Mozambican mother. I just do not know if that Mozambican mother has been naturalized in South Africa or is an official citizen, but at the end of the day, what remains is that she's Mozambican. Do you understand? So Chidimma is born of, none of her parents are South African, or nor do they represent any South African culture or language. And there's been a lot of uproar regarding this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of backlash, a lot of uproar about her being a finalist or actually even competing in Miss South Africa. People are not happy. People are not happy at all with this whole situation, and the fact that she's here on this Miss SA competition. And there's a lot of reasons. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about this situation, but there's a lot of reasons why there's a backlash. There's a lot of reasons why people are going back like this, and it's very important to really look at all sides, look at all sides of this thing. Just trying to adjust the lights. I think that's fine. There's a lot of things that we need to really look at. We need to consider what people are actually feeling, and we need to consider if there's any unfairness. We need to consider if there's any unfairness on both sides. And so I will start to say now, let's get straight into it. The reason why people are so mad and so angry about this situation is because this lady is born off of two non-South African parents. And another reason is that she's born off of a Nigerian father. I know people can say, hey, Afrophobia, this and that, but South Africa and Nigeria have been having issues for a while. The people of South Africa and the people of Nigeria have been going back and forth for a while, and there's no one who's willing to come down or be the bigger person or come to some sort of reconciliation. I can tell you right now that South Africa and Nigeria are at war with each other. You know what I'm saying? Not the war with guns and all that, but a war over egos. Do you understand? And I can tell you right now that the egos of Nigerians is too much. You know what I'm saying? Not, of course, I don't know every Nigerian, but the ego of a lot of Nigerians that, for example, Nigerians have been having a sound called Afrobeats. That sound has been doing well for the past 10 years, maybe going on 15 years now. The sound has been representing, those guys have been taking BETs, Grammys, they've been literally world known artists, you know. We talk about the Wizkids, we talk about the Davidos, we talk about the Burna Boys, we talk about the Technos, we talk about, do you understand? We talk about now Rema, I believe. Do you understand? They've been doing so well overseas. They've been representing Africa, and now we are supporting them. You know what I'm saying? But as of recent, South Africa has started popping as well with a sound called Amapiano, and now this sound called Amapiano blew up so big, and it forced everyone in Africa, you know, to really appreciate the sound. And so all the countries that have people in diaspora, including Nigerians, they started playing that music and creating shows for themselves. They can say they helped us, but they're helping themselves, because people who created Afro Nation, who are creating this Amapiano, Amafest festivals overseas, they're making money for themselves. Do you understand? They're making money for themselves. So even if you can say you are helping us, but you know, you are taking our craft and selling it to overseas and then calling us to come and perform at your thing. So it's not a thing to just be grateful for. Yes, we can be grateful. Yes, it's amazing that, but you are still, this is our sound. Do you understand? And you are pushing it out there. We are not saying much about it, but really, South Africans should be running shows like that overseas. You know, we should be running our own thing overseas and pushing our own festival when it comes to our own genre. So here's where the problem started. We've been having a lot of African countries telling us that, a lot of people saying that Nigerians steal things. Do you understand? People have said that Nigerians stole Afrobeats. You know, they say that our Nigerians stole jollof rice, you know, from other African countries. They're saying that Nigerians have this history of just stealing culture, stealing things from other places. And now they are so hardworking that they push this thing, and they talk a lot. They're very talkative, and they are very good at selling themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they are able to push this thing and have so much, you know, they are able to be in people's eyes, and it seems like it's innate in them, in their blood or something, because all of them are like that. You go to Nigerian comments, it's full of banter, and the banter is like, you are nothing. So Nigeria is at the top. Nigeria is the big brother. Nigeria is the best. Yeah, now these things were not good until Nigerians came into it. Do you understand? And that whole narrative and that whole character started to show in Amapiano. It started off as helping, but now Nigerians now start to say, we made Amapiano. It's called our piano. Yeah, we own Amapiano. And that's what they said. They said because they have an artist called Ashake, who's gone international right now with an Amapiano sound, Amapiano slash Afrobeat sound, you know, Afrobeat slash Amapiano sound. And he's been going viral. His songs have been everywhere, even overseas. So they've been having those 1, 2, 3 hits, couple of hits with that Amapiano sound. And now they just start saying, we made it, yeah, this is our sound. You know, to a point where even Sway Lee posted a status, a tweet saying that, hey, I'm creating Amapiano now, and he puts a Nigerian flag. So it kind of tells you that the people next to him are telling him that probably that this is a Nigerian sound. You know, now there's no longer mention of South Africa. Do you understand? And then he started saying, no, we give credit to the originators, but what? Then that's when South Africans went crazy. So we as South Africans, this is what we've become. The youth of today of South Africa, we're fighting for our identity. We will not allow anyone to steal anything from us, you know. And that's where we gave Sway Lee, we handed him his ass. Do you understand? He had to apologize. He had to, I think he's no longer even making that Amapiano. Do you understand? So very South Africa has changed. And the youth of South Africa were saying, no, we will not be outshined, never outshine the master. We will not be outshined, we will talk. We will use our Twitter fingers. We will go on live, we will talk about this thing. We'll make sure it trends overseas, everywhere, to make sure that you know that the works of our hands will not be in vain. It will be known that we are the creators of this thing. It will be known, we will have the hits. We will have the back-to-back hits. We will have the creativity. We will work harder. We will be there. So we will be doing our thing. We'll be working 10 times harder. We will not be outshined, and tomorrow someone is saying, no, we own the South. Do you understand? So this is the type of behavior that Nigerians have. We can move now from the music. We can go to regular day life, business and all that. Nigerians in South Africa, a lot of them, you don't even know where they work. You don't even know which business they own. When you go to the businesses, it doesn't make sense, the type of business that they're doing. Doesn't make sense, like what kind of business are you doing? You don't see them in the workplaces. You don't see them. They just have businesses. And they just are somehow able to live these lives of just riches and just being rich, But then when we go in depth, when we start to look at our drug problem, because we've been having a drug problem in South Africa, this Nyaupe thing started becoming big in the 2010s, early 2010s, 2009, there, somewhere around there. Our young men have been doing drugs, doing Nyaupe, this thing called Nyaupe. But as of recent, our South African brothers have gotten angry and be like, no, we've lost too many of our little brothers. What's happening? And then when they start to go in, deep dive, how many Nigerians were found? Nigerian after Nigerian after Nigerian after Nigerian found guilty of these things, found captured red-handed. And then we start to see that this is a whole chain of drug dealers. I'm not saying all Nigerians, but I'm saying that there's been drug dealers of Nigerians that are just everywhere, just dealing drugs. Do you understand? Dealing drugs. You go, if you just start a research of checking out these Nigerian people here in South Africa, if you just go in a deep dive to check drugs, to follow the trail of drugs, there's always Nigerians involved. Do you understand? And then now when we start to say these are our findings, regular Nigerians, good Nigerians, who have a problem, what's happening? Who are these people? Why are they selling? And then those good Nigerians, the ones that we say are good, they defend those drug dealers. They say, yo, something wrong with your government. Deal with your government. Yeah, deal with your borders. They're ignoring our cry. And that is why now animosity we start to label all Nigerians the same way, because it seems like you guys are co-conspirators, or you are working side by side with these people by not calling them out. You are part of the problem, You are part of the problem. You are part of because once you see someone doing bad things and then you don't call them out, or you don't fight against them, if they're doing crimes and all that, then you are part of the thing. Do you understand? And that's where South African, that's our culture, One person represents the whole village. One person represents, we need to go now and talk to your kings and talk to your chiefs and whatever. What's happening in your village? What's happening to you in your family? Your sons are out there in the streets. What's happening? How can we help? That is our community. That is how South Africa is still African. We still believe in African culture. Ubuntu. I am because you are. It means that I have to ask your brothers, what's wrong with you? And even if before I beat you up, or before I discipline you, I go and talk to your people, like, guys, help me out. What is happening? And then your family would be saying, all right, no, deal with them. Hey, no, these people, we weren't able to deal with them. Hey, do as you please. Just maybe do you understand? We go and ask people, and we talk and find solutions that, hey, this person, we intervene. When a child starts to beat up their grandmother and all that, the whole community intervene. We don't say, no, it's their problem. I believe that Africans have taken Western beliefs way too much. South Africa is still very well cultured. Well cultured. We believe in a family structure, and I have to go and see what is the problem. And as a community, this is our problem, and we deal with it. If someone comes to me and says, your brother is doing this and this and that, and another person comes, hey, your brother, then I have to take it into my hands. I have to be the disciplinarian. I have to go and discipline my brother. But you guys, you just, you're South African, you just hate Nigerian. Hey, you are just Afrophobia. You just hate Nigerian. You hate Nigerian. Everyone hate Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? So another thing, Nigerians have been having a big problem overseas, everywhere. Everywhere the Nigerians are having a problem. They are being chased out. They are being banned. It's a serious problem. But you will never hear Nigerians say that, hey, guys, we have a problem. No, they'll just say, your government is the problem. Everyone is always the problem. They are not the problem. Do you understand? And this thing creates hate. You understand? And South Africans are saying that we cannot have, I know the child, whatever, but we cannot have the children of these Jolloffs, these people. It's the nickname that they've been given in South Africa since they love jollof rice. The children of these people come here now and be able to infiltrate and win our competitions and outshine us, outshine everyone. They are now representing us, but yet we still have a problem that we do not address here. Yet you're killing us, but yet you want to represent us. What kind of colonization is that? You are killing our children. You are directly involved in our children suffering, our children being addicted to things. I know that they are the other part of the thing, since it's the seller and the buyer. But as an African, you are selling these things to your brothers. Do you understand? So that's the thing. We still have a grievance with Nigerians. And now you want to put your child in front of us. And that is where the big problem is. It's not a thing of Afrophobia. It's not a thing of whatever. But this is the main issue. We have unfinished business, South Africa and Nigeria. We want answers from Nigeria. What is happening? I know there's a lot of people in Nigeria, but we need to know what is happening. Once we know that what is happening, then we can heal from there. We can reconcile, and then your child can be enter South Africa. But we had a chance to reconcile. And now you tell us, hey, South Africans are ungrateful. Hey, you help South Africa. Hey, what? Who didn't help South Africa? Are you the only one who helped South Africa? Do you understand? And in helping us, you helped us we were the ones to help ourselves, because that money or whatever went into the training of soldiers and whatever. Do you understand? It wasn't just money that just came and we were able to build things and grow this country or whatever. No, it was money that we used to fight. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be beating up your chest that much. The fact that you help us means that now people can come here and do as they please. No. You see, so still we have a lot of problems, and the fact that these are the issues that we have, and pride is a problem. South Africans are very angry with Nigerians. We've been angry. We've been having we are very angry. We're very furious with Nigerians. Very furious. And this thing is just passing along to the child, which is unfortunate, but it should show you the seriousity of our issues. And in terms of her competing, I don't think she should compete. I think she should have stepped down. Definitely, I think she should have stepped down. But of course, she's going to compete. She's going to do her thing. Miss SA should also listen to the people, but I know they're not going to do that. So we're just going to have to see what happens She's gonna continue competing in the pageant, and then hopefully we will see. The girl might win, the girl might not win, but in terms of like her winning, the problem with her winning again, another problem is that this is I hear a lot of people comparing sports about and I, Beast, and all that, who are representing South Africa in sports and all these things. It's a very, very different thing because this is Miss SA. This is a South African representative who's going to represent us in the world stage, as a single person. Do you understand? As a person, not a whole team. Do you understand? And this is an ambassador of South Africa. This is someone who's going to have to tell South African stories. This is a person who's going to have to relate to a South African child. How can you relate to a South African child, a girl child, if now you are an Igbo? There's no Igbo in South Africa. There's no Igbo South African. There's no. Igbo is a culture of Nigeria, not South Africa. Yeah, it's a language of Nigeria, not South Africa. Do you understand? So very, very important that Miss SA must be a representative of South Africa, must be a Zulu, Xhosa, Pedi, Tswana, Afrikaans, English, all type of thing. And I know now you're gaslighting us saying, hey, whites are not. Don't tell us nonsense, man. Don't tell us whites are not African and all that, because these people, their history with South Africa comes a long way. You understand? Yes, it might have been an oppressive history, but these people are generations and generations and generations deep. They even speak a language that was formed here, in Africa. Do you understand? Although it is an official language of South Africa. Do you understand? Igbo is not an official, Yoruba, all those things. They are not languages of South Africa. There's no South African representation with this girl. She is a Nigerian descent. Nigerian descent. Her father is a Nigerian. She's a Nigerian descent. Do you understand? It's not hate. It's just something to consider. And the people of South Africa cannot be accepting of this. When it comes to Afrophobia and whatever, I don't think that's a thing. As I told you, the main issue here is a beef between South Africa and Nigeria. It's not an Afrophobia, and I feel like we're being gaslighted, saying that South African hate Africans, South African hates Africans. No, it's not true. Just that when people from Africa, they come to South Africa, they start to talk shit. They talk nonsense. They are envious of South Africans. They hate us. They feel like they're taking our jobs. They're taking these things. They feel it to them, not to us. To them, they feel like, these guys are dumb. These guys are lazy. When we are just fighting to have normal wages, living wages. People are just fighting to make a better income, just something to be able to survive with. And then you are coming and sabotaging that fight. And then you feel you're boastful, you bought your car, whatever, you're boastful. Then you say South Africans are lazy. Then you start to have this opinion. Then you believe false media. You believe BBC Africa, that diabolical channel, that the platform that is always talking about Africa in ways that are not even good. They even tarnished your one of your national heroes' names, TB Joshua. They tarnished his name. You don't care. By a platform that is run by your enemies. You don't even see what they're doing. They're painting South Africans as xenophobic. Now you're using that xenophobia thing to get in and now say South Africans what, and use a victim mentality. No, our cries are very much valid. Do you understand? So Sorry, but we're not ready for Nigerian descent or a Nigerian, first a Nigerian or a non-South African to be representing us on Miss SA. Yeah, you can talk about, they were saying a white lady who is not from South Africa. She was a Miss SA back in the day, but you're talking about things from 2001. We were not woke then. Some of us were still young, but this is our generation now. We're looking deep into it. If a white person can come and she's not South African, even if she's white, in this day and age, in this environment, we're gonna question it. Do you understand? So unfortunate for you, this is the environment we're in right now, where South Africans are asking themselves questions. Do you understand? It's not hate. I know most of y'all are not gonna even hear me. It's like talking to a brick wall, talking to you guys. It's like you're supporting a soccer match. It's like a soccer match for you guys. But for us, this is reality. This is not a soccer match. This is not banter. No, how can you be banterful about real life? This is a real cries that people are crying. Do you understand? So Miss SA, we will see. Good luck also to the lady Chichi. We don't hate you, we don't hate the lady. Very beautiful lady, but at least, even if everything can go on, but at least our cries were heard. Do you understand? Even you, in your future things, you will look into these things, and maybe one day you will push or use your influence to bring some sort of talks between South Africans and Nigerians. Because if this beef continues, all the sides, they call themselves South Gerian kids. That will be your guys' purpose in life, to be able to deal with this thing, this quarrel between the two places where you're from. You know, you're Nigerian and you're South African or whatever, Southern African. You will have to deal with that. You will have to stop this quarrel, and in order to do that, your fathers must take accountability. Your fathers must answer, why is this happening in South Africa? Why are their brothers doing nonsense in South Africa? Instead of defending them, they must answer us, give us an answer. Until then it will not be a good thing between South Africa and Nigeria. We will be going back and forth, and we will not allow you guys, the South Nigerians and whatever, you will not allow you to do anything. You know, you can do whatever, be whatever, but we will just be turned off by you. The moment you start to say, hey, I'm this and that, we'll just be turned off by you, because you got issues. We'll just be turned off by you. People will do petitions, life will not be nice for you. Do you understand? So this is a serious issue. Your people don't get it, but South Africans are valid, and we have a point. You know, it's not hate, it's love. But we need to respect each other. I cannot go to Nigeria and sell drugs and expect, and people know that I sell drugs there. If I do that, and then I expect those people to endorse my brother's children. Yet they know that my whole family, they go to my brother, they go to me and they tell me, hey, your brother is doing this thing, hey, your brother and your cousins are doing, and I'm like, I know your laws are the problem and whatever. And then tomorrow I expect you guys to vote for my brothers. You know, I'm not saying Chichi's brothers or uncles do those things, but do you understand? And I expect those people, my daughter from those things and whatever, or my brother's daughter, to be able to win Miss Nigeria. Do you understand? It's messed up. I'm fucking your country, and then we're fucking up your country, and then we want our daughter to also be your leader and your representative. Do you understand? That is the real cry. Stop this Afrophobia thing. I know some of you guys are using this as a strategy, this Afrophobia narrative. You're using it as a strategy to kind of paint us in a bad way, paint us as self-hating, paint us as those things. No, but I made this video to showcase that we have a real cry. And yeah, whoever else is listening, I know Nigerians, the information is gonna come out of one ear, go out of another. So whoever else is watching, everyone in Africa, who does not have an agenda, anyone who's real and who's objective, and who can really look at things with a broad view, must look at this thing and realize. Because otherwise, if you do not hear us, then we will continue to speak. We will. If no one speaks for us, we'll speak for ourselves. We are South Africans. We are the children of freedom fighters, and we'll continue to fight. Anyways, your boy Just King Zeri signing out.